Let's look at another trigonometry past paper question. We're told that given that cos of 60 degrees equals 0.5, state the value of cos 240 degrees. Now, personally, I believe that this one will be easier with a cos graph. You can use cast, but I prefer the cos graph for this style. So I'm starting at 1. I'm going to come down to -1 and back up. It didn't ask me to sketch it, but I do think it'll help me. Okay. And just because it's handy to remember where things go, that's 180, that's 90, that's 270, that's 360. We're told that cos of 60 is 0.5. And if we keep going, we're going to get another answer over there. So we know from there to there is 60 degrees. Which means we also know from the back to that line is also 60 degrees. So this tells us that cos of 60 degrees is 0.5 and cos of 360 takes 60, so cos of 300 degrees is 0.5. We're looking for 240 degrees. We also need to remember we're dealing with symmetry. Unfortunately, these do not show up on calculator papers, where it would be easier to just stick cos 240 in your calculator and find out what the answer is. Because we're dealing with a circle, and we're going that way round, our 60 degrees, hang on, let me put the full 90 in. This is where I say cast can be useful. Our 60 degrees is about here. And our 240, well, that's 180. To get to 240, we're going on 60 degrees. Can you see? That's a diameter we've created straight through, which tells us we've got a symmetry going on. So from 180 to 240, we have a symmetry going on. So we know from there to there is 60, and from there to there is 60. Right. So we need to work out what this line will be. Now obviously my sketch is not accurate, but it gives me a basic idea. Cast, however, gives me much more information that way. If we know that that triangle there has an angle of 60 degrees and is 0.5, that actually tells us that that angle will also have a value of 0.5, but we're in the negative quadrant. We're in the negative side. Remember, cast, C-A-S-T. Only tan is positive in this quadrant. So that tells us we've got a negative, and it'll be a negative 0.5. So we've got cos of 240 degrees equals minus 0.5. It also happens to be true that cos of 120 will also be minus 0.5. I know these questions are really hard to get your head around, but I do think drawing out the cos graph and cast will give you big hints. And because we're dealing with symmetry, they are almost always using either a straight symmetry or an opposite, a negative version. They have never yet done one that involved more than that. I hope that gives you some reassurance, and I highly doubt they're going to give us that this year.